Today we're taking a look at Ethereum's ETH coin, performing some technical analysis and making some predictions on where we can expect to see ETH go in the near future. Let's get into it. Welcome into Ethereum's ETH coin chart today, guys. If you'd like to buy some ETH or want some free Bitcoin, there are a couple of links down in the description of today's video. But as you can see from our last video, we unfortunately fell out of our nice little uptrending channel that was heading towards the $3,635 mark. And this has really been attributed to Bitcoin crashing and of course bringing Ethereum and many other cryptocurrencies with it. We are currently sitting at a value of $3,015 and we have just bounced twice off our 50-day moving average, which is currently sitting just below 3,000 at 2,949. This is acting currently as a major point of support for us. Conversely, you can see that our 20-day moving average obviously failed as well, and this has now acted as a major resistance point for us to get back above. And in fact, you can see a reverse flag pattern had formed over here prior to us failing our horizontal support line of 3,085. So you can see that this sort of formed itself in this manner, pretty typical of what you'd expect to see when you're seeing a crash. Of course it dips, it consolidates and then drops again. It's known as a dead cat bounce, probably on a bit more of a severe scale when something absolutely plummets, but it is the same sort of concept. But right now we are of course sitting at $3,017, so all in all not too bad, and it's good to see that we have managed to maintain the 3,000 mark. We did hit a low today though of the 2,951 range, of course, as I mentioned, just above our 50-day moving average at 2,949. Now, actually, interestingly enough, the Ethereum dump that occurred yesterday, the 11th of April, was pretty big. I'm very surprised. I would have expected what we'd seen, in the past, I suppose, when we see red days, like over here on the 3rd and the 4th of March, I was expecting smaller dumps, but we actually saw one big one here on the 11th and a decent sized one as well on the 6th, which is interesting because I suppose other cryptos we're not seeing that occur. So it's quite interesting to see that people are dumping Ethereum. Maybe they're moving elsewhere, who knows, but we are maintaining support. Of course, if our 50-day moving average does in fact fail, we're going back down to our horizontal support level over here, 2,750. Hopefully it doesn't get to that point, and it's looking like that we are able to maintain for the past 2 days at least this 50-day moving average. So all in all, not looking terrible, but we can now get rid, of course, of our chart there. It does not come into play. Can we put in place any other sort of trends? Well, I suppose the main one we'll probably be able to put in place soon is something moving like this. So from an uptrending perspective, we do certainly have an uptrend from our lowest of low points on the 24th of January, and that low was 2,160, and it's coming up. If we were to hit that point right now, it would be on our horizontal point of support, of course, over here at roughly 2,750, but 2,750, and we would continue in an upwards direction from there. This is our real long-term point of uptrend. Can we put in place a top end to this? Yes, we certainly can. You can see that it has exceeded this point on multiple occasions, but always seems to fall back into it since January. So I'm going to put that line in place, and I think this is really a decent channel. I mean, I'm just going to test, move up, see if we can maybe put something on the top. You know what? I'm going to extend it. I'm going to actually extend this one out because there are a few top points on here as well, which we are starting to see hit. I'm going to probably put it there because then we touch those lines. Yeah, this is looking more like our uptrending channel. So we're sitting almost in the middle of it at the moment, but we are moving in the right direction. Hopefully we do manage to see a nice bounce off the 50-day moving average and we continue in this sort of a direction. Test, of course, up here again, but I wouldn't be surprised to see it fail and then start moving to our bottom end of our uptrending channel over here. That is probably worst case scenario at this point in time, but it really does all rely on what Bitcoin does over the next few days. MACD, let's have a brief look at that one. You can see we had the cross there, of course, and that's when we had our first decent sort of red day appear, and we dipped down. Doesn't show any signs of slowing down at present. Hopefully it does, but it should mean though our RSI is showing that we are moving to oversold. And yes, we were in the overbought region, so a bit of a cool off is okay. And we're now, I suppose, sitting at a value of 44.21 on the RSI. So we've still got room to keep moving downwards if unfortunately this support point fails. But conversely, we have plenty of room now. If we want to actually reverse, we can start moving up. What you really want to watch now over the next 24 hours is this key moving average here, our 50-day moving average. That is going to dictate where we are moving within the next few weeks. If we are failing, we are going to hit, of course, the bottom end of our uptrending channel. Now, if this holds up, we'll immediately go and likely test this 3085 point up here, which is, of course, our key point of resistance at the moment. Then try and test again our 20-day moving average, currently sitting at 3,273. So what's my price prediction, my overall target? Well, I'm actually not 100% sure on this one. And of course, you can never be 100% sure with technical analysis, but from what we're seeing at the moment, we do have, of course, our 50-day moving average holding up. So I'm going to suggest that, yes, this continues to hold up. We have seen that many other cryptos are now moving towards the oversold range. And I'm going to say we're going to bounce off it and move up to our horizontal point of resistance. That wraps up today's analysis of Ethereum's ETH coin, guys. I'd love to hear your thoughts down in the comment section below. Of course, if you did enjoy today's video, make sure you do leave a thumbs up. And if you want to see more of this sort of content, hit subscribe and turn on those bell notifications. I'll leave it there for today, guys. I hope you have an awesome day. I'll see you next time. Cheers.